La Resortera.
Hey guys, welcome to the Pura Vida Perspectives podcast. We're here for another episode. I'm Sarah Elena. I help people, with their transition to Costa Rica. And we have Jaco, your number one guy for car rentals. How are you doing this week?
Hey, Sarah, thank you. I'm doing great. It's actually a relaxed week. This week I've been, kind of chilling out, hanging out with the family. But everything great. Happy to be here with you.
Well, good. I hope you had a nice relaxing weekend myself, hanging out with the dogs, the child, home life.
How's my favorite Costa Rican girl?
Which one, my daughter or my dog, Crystal?
No, your daughter.
She's good. She's doing good.
She cracks me up. I swear to God, I love this kid so much. She's so funny. And I love to hear her speak Spanish.
Oh, yeah.
Her Costa Rican accent with her gringa looking is unique. So funny.
Yep. Well, I would say all the Costa Ricans definitely get a kick out of it. That's for sure.
All right. Today, Sarah, I want to talk about something that you know very, very well.
Yeah.
Jaco. How do you call it?
Jaco. Sorry. Still gringa.
And I ask you because I hear you all the time say, hey, Jaco this, Jaco that.
Jaco. Yes. So I will say Jaco was the last place that I thought I would ever live near in Costa Rica.
Why?
All the things that I heard about it. So I've started in the southern zone, and I moved around quite, Antonio, Capos, Dominical, even up outside of San Jose. And I heard the worst things about Jaco.
Okay.
All the worst. It's a dirty place. It's awful. It's terrible. Don't ever go there. You never want to go there. And that's just what I kept hearing. And I didn't imagine myself going there because of what I heard. But I think this is a good example to not always go by what you read and what you hear. So what you're going to see on Facebook, don't always go by that. I hear people, don't skip Jaco. It's not the real Costa Rica. No. That's what people say about it. And so I went to Jaco for the first time. Now I'm going to be doing this the whole episode. I went there the first time during July of 2020. So my business was really starting to pick up. I went out there to actually work on a website with someone else, and they invited me out for the weekend, meet their staff, just kind of see what I thought about the area. And in that time, it was the pandemic, so I was like, oh, this is pretty nice. There's like no one here. This is actually not a bad spot.
Wait, didn't you live in Jaco before the pandemic? Because I met you before the pandemic.
I don't think so.
Oh, no. I met you while the pandemic was... After they reopened, people to come back to Costa Rica, they open up in October. I probably met you the beginning of next year.
I think that's true. Yeah, you invited me to Clarita's to go have some dinner with your family and
lunch.
Lunch
With my mom that was coming from the States.
Yeah.
So you moved. So you actually moved to Jaco during pandemic, at the end of, during pandemic.
During the pandemic. And I thought, I was kind of up for a change of scenery. If anyone knows me, I've moved around a lot. I'm open to exploring new places. I even actually had a friend who I met on Facebook. We met in a single mom's travel group. She had even said, I'm moving to Jaco. And I said, oh, why? Like, why are you moving there? Like, I just kind of went based off of what everyone else said about it. And so I went and saw it for myself. And of course, it was during the pandemic, so it was pretty quiet. So I thought, okay, I could live here. So I was in Playa Hermosa, lived in 2 homes in Jaco, and then back to Hermosa again. When Hermosa is just 10, 15 minutes south of Jaco. Oh, God, this is going to be all episode.
Now you're going to go back home. Hey, I just stopped by Jaco.
Exactly. And I will say it's not what everyone told me it was going to be. I was actually pleasantly surprised. So even now we're after the pandemic, it's probably at full normal, full speed of what it was before. And I will say there's definitely 2 sides to Jaco. And you've been to Jaco plenty of times. I go there to run my errands. And I have a lot of clients who move to Jaco. I have retired couples, families, singles. People of all ages. What I love about Jaco is that there's a lot of Costa Ricans there, like tons of Costa Ricans that live in the town by their own beach. And in the surrounding north and south towns of north and south of the area. It's got gosh, it's got the banks,
Everything.
pharmacies, groceries. I mean, I can go run errands so quickly. You know, I like being close to San Jose too. But of course it has its other side, which is, you know, gosh, I think someone called it the Las Vegas of Costa Rica. Like, is this really like the Las Vegas of Costa Rica?
Hey, what happens in Jaco?
You were just in Vegas. Is Jaco the Las Vegas of Costa Rica?
Nah, not at all.
Exactly.
No, not at all. Because I remember being at this bar in front of the Bellagio, and I was literally like in front of the strip, like my table was like facing the strip because that was the fun of it. Watching people walk by, it was bananas, totally bananas what I saw out there.
Exactly. So you've been out at Jaco at night. We went out for my birthday a few years ago.
Yeah, we partied together in Jaco.
We did. So what was...
It was fun. It was
not
a blast.
Las Vegas.
We have a great time. We actually started out by going to Isla Tortuga at 8 a.m. in the morning. And someone had the great idea to go out at night after the boat. Our boat got back at 5 p.m. And we said, how about we have a quick dinner? And then we went back home, 3 a.m., 4 a.m. in the morning. We walked because the guy that we were supposed to give us a ride, he took off. You climb over.
He took my car.
Right, he took your car. And this is such a great story, and I don't think a lot of people know it.
No.
He stole your car.
Well, it was okay. He was allowed.
It was a allowed stole.
Yeah.
He took your car, so we had to walk, and you had to climb over like a fence.
Yes. Okay. We're getting off topic, but this is a good story. This is a good story. Okay, here's what happened. I parked my car in that lot that I guess was going to close. Our friend who was with us was our DD for the night. And so we couldn't find him. Remember, we lost him. He had left his phone at my house. Remember, he left my phone at the table in my house. So then when we couldn't find him, we said, all right, let's walk all the way to the other end of Jaco. I climbed the fence to his house to see if maybe my car was there. If he was in the apartment. He wasn't. So remember, I climbed back over. Remember, I was calling the Uber. And we
were running out of battery.
And we were running out of battery on the phone. And so I'm calling him. And at the last minute, he picks up and hello. And I say, I'm at your house. And then my phone dies.
But here's the thing. Going back to what you were saying about Jaco is we were literally downtown Jaco. Walked all the way out to the principal street. What happened to us?
Nothing. You sang songs.
Right. That was the worst part.
So, I mean, that night, that one girl's phone did get stolen.
Oh, yeah, but whose fault was that?
Yeah. I mean, if you leave
she misplaced it like that and talking to people this way and dancing like this. Of
course, yeah.
What's going to happen?
Nothing. So,
I mean, it was not stolen because somebody just like grabbed you and said, hey, give me your phone.
Exactly.
No.
Exactly.
She left the phone unattended.
She did. So I guess what I'm saying is there are two sides to Jaco. We've been out at night. It's definitely nothing like Las Vegas. And there's good places to go at night. There's some places that are, really have really good live music, have a really good vibe. It's not like some, creepy vibe going on. But there also are some streets that you don't really want to walk down either. Yeah. So you just got to know which streets those are. But if you kind of stick to the main areas, you're fine. But I also want to discuss, we don't go out often. I'm just terrible at going out. I'm definitely scared of having a hangover, so I hate drinking. So there's a really family-friendly side to Jaco that people don't seem to talk about. There are volunteer organizations that really do a lot for the community. There's Jaco Impact.
What was out there for the last time I was in Jaco?
Yes. Okay, talk to you about why you were in Jaco the last time.
Tacos for Ticos. It's a nonprofit organization. What they do they've been doing this for years, for a long time. This is my first time participating. So Tacos for Ticos is a nonprofit organization that what they do is they gather cleats, socks, shirts throughout the whole year in the States, bring them to Costa Rica and make a tournament in Jaco. So they can give out all these gathered sport gear to kids in the areas near Jaco. We went to Playa Bandera. We went to a place in Hermosa. And a third place I don't really remember because I didn't go. I didn't have the chance because I had to go to Las Vegas. But they do this soccer tournament, and the police plays, guys from that works at the casino plays, fishermen plays, guys that works at hotels plays. They brought this soccer team from Colombia that also played, that have women, guys and girls team, and everybody has a great time. So there's a lot of good people over there in Jaco.
Oh, yeah. Big time. And there's lots of kids extracurriculars. Like there's a lot of community involvement, like whether it's protecting nature or just, again, bettering the community of the area. So there's a whole, beach. I see people doing beach cleanups all the time. There's some great spots at the beach that are just amazing and family friendly. So I know people, I would say there's two sides. If you want to go there and get yourself in trouble, you can absolutely go there and get yourself in trouble.
I was about to mention that. I mean, I'm not gonna say Jaco is a sanctuary place
No.
where all the saints live, because it's not. It's like to where you were going. I mean, if you wanna go there and get wild, that's a place to get wild too.
Yeah, you can go do that. But if you're more like me, normally, I don't have the 3, 4 a.m. nights. That was a special occasion years ago.
Yeah, it was your birthday.
It was my birthday. You can interact with the other side, the family-friendly side, where we have all these other activities and amazing clubs and extracurriculars for adults and kids and kind of everyone of all ages. I mean, there's martial arts, there's dancing, there's
pole dance.
Yep. Then there's other like salsa. They do classes. There's gymnastics, surfing. I mean, gosh. There's also a club of like a dog trainer has a group that they go out every week together doing their dog training.
Yeah,
things.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's like every other place. You got the good and the bad. You just choose what you want to do. Because I'm just going to say it. I mean, Jaco is well known on the internet for prostitution. Mm-hmm. And there's a lot of girls out there trying to make money. And why are those girls out there? Because there are guys willing to pay for them. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, if that's your thing, I mean, go do it. I mean, at the end of the day, it's your money, it's your health, it's your peace of mind. It's really up to you. But if you're a friendly family, or you're a family, or you're a guy that you just want a little peace, hey, it's a great place. What I tell everyone is just go out there and feel it out for yourself. If you're in a bar and you're kind of getting hustled, you think you're getting hustled, or you got girls on top of you, you say, hey, this is not for me. Get up, walk out, and find another place.
Yeah, exactly. No, I think overall, like I said, good sense of community.
Yeah.
Definitely a lot of good people around. But of course, someone could go there and get themselves into trouble, but you just got to have your wits about you and be smart. And
like, for people who don't know Costa Rica, Jaco is an hour and a half, an hour and 45 minutes from the city. The other day, I was in my house, and my wife and my kids were going to a party on a Saturday night, on a Saturday afternoon and night. Mm-hmm. I was working on my computer, and I was like, what the hell am I going to do for the rest of my day? So I texted my neighbor, and I was like, what you doing? He's like, nothing. Let's go to Jaco to watch the sunset. And he was like, for real? I was like, yeah, let's go right now. And we left the house about noon. We were there about 1:45, 2 p.m. We got our cooler, 2 beach chairs. We stopped by Pollo Landia. Mm-hmm. We bought the chicken, the boneless chicken. And we had beer, beach, music, my car parked right behind us. We watched the sunset. We got back home around 8:20 p.m. My wife got home at 9.
You went to the whole beach and back.
Exactly. Who bothered us? Nobody. We watched an amazing sunset. We listened to music, had a couple beers, had a ton of laughs, tasted the water, and got back home before my wife and my kids. And they were in the city.
Yeah.
It's just a spectacular place. And for me, that I'm a sunset lover, Jaco has one of the best sunsets in Costa Rica.
It does have a really good sunset. Yep. Jaco, even north, there's some good areas, Playa Mantas.
Yeah.
It's like more like a bay.
Yeah.
Well, Hermosa, so Saturday night surf competitions they have around sunset time. I mean,
well, they did. This is funny because, like you said, people speak about Jaco like, oh, you gotta be careful. You don't know where you're going. And the World Surf Tournament, where was it when they did it in Costa Rica?
I don't know. Was it in Jaco or was it? Yeah.
Hermosa.
Oh, Hermosa, yeah.
But where all the partying and all the people were staying at? They were staying at Jaco.
Yeah.
In the news or anything came up, like, bad stuff? No, everybody had a blast. The surfing community that made the tournament say, hey, we need to come back to Costa Rica because the crowd, the people was amazing. People were driving from all around Costa Rica to come down there. So at the end of the day, it's a magical, beautiful place. You just got to know where you're walking at and who you're messing up with.
Exactly. I always tell people, as long as you're not out doing weird stuff at, 4 a.m. in the morning or 3 a.m.,
and who am I to judge? If you want to come to party and, do wild stuff or run into wild people, Jaco might be the place too. But you just got to take ownership of your decision if something goes south.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because at the end of the day, I mean, people can go over there to do whatever they want. They just got to take, if they say, oh, I got a girl to come over to my room and now my wallet is gone. Whose fault is that? Mm-hmm. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
If my phone was stolen, whose fault was that?
Yeah. Actually, so I have a friend. She was visiting with her husband and their baby, one of my best friends growing up. And then one of her friends was in Costa Rica just a few weeks ago, or just a week ago. And she did say that their things got stolen. But I said, well, how did that happen? Oh, their car got broken into, where all their things were. Don't leave your things in the car. There's most of the things that happen can absolutely be prevented.
Yeah.
You just have to act the way you would anywhere in the world.
And this is all around Costa Rica.
Everywhere, not just Jaco. It can happen anywhere, especially on an empty beach.
Well, did you heard the news about this Mexican TikToker?
Oh, I saw the video about the bus. Did that even really happen, though?
Yeah. Funny story.
And some people were saying maybe she made it up.
No. And I'll tell you why. She contacted me about renting a car.
Oh.
Before her trip to Costa Rica. But since her trip was so long, she wanted to do exchange for advertising and stuff. And I don't really do that. Mm-hmm. And it was a lot of money because she was going to be here for a month and a half. So I told her, listen, if you got to move from point A to point B, Car Rentals Costa Rica USA has more than 45 offices all around Costa Rica. Mm-hmm. So I can help you with that. And she was like, no, I'll manage to be on a bus or whatever. So she takes a bus in San Jose to go to Jaco. She put her bag in the top compartment of the bus and fall asleep on the trip. When she wake up at her bus stop, her bag was gone.
Yeah.
I mean, she's coming from Mexico. She's not coming from Europe or the States. She's coming from Mexico. Mexico is very insecure too. So if you have a laptop, if you have belongings that are, pretty important, hey, and you're in the bus, carry your bag with you.
Yeah.
In where you're having it. So it was stolen, yes. But why? Because she unattended her stuff.
Exactly.
It's not like she was pointing with a gun or anything like that. And a few days, a day or two later, I talked to her again. And I was like, hey, I'm sorry about what happened. I'm sorry that this happened in Costa Rica. You want to get a car? She actually booked the car.
Oh, okay.
But 3 days later, she canceled again because she says she was in a budget.
Okay.
So I don't know how she got around the rest of the trip. But again, if you leave your stuff in a car that doesn't have tinted windows, your laptop, your portable PlayStation, your professional camera, some bad person is going to break the window and grab your stuff.
Yeah. It can happen anywhere. So actually, my car got broken into one time. It was way further north. Where Playa, I'm going to say this wrong, Playa Bochinche?
Bochinche.
Bochinche is near Agujas.
Uh-huh.
So, 20, 25 minutes north of Jaco, maybe 20 minutes. And, really no one there. There was someone selling ceviche there, parked the car, it was some girlfriends. We were down there by the beach, the kids. I could see my car the whole time. And I went back to my car and I noticed, at least they left the door unlocked. But I noticed like my key wasn't working in the door because they just completely broken the lock.
Yeah.
But at least, thank goodness, like
what did they take?
Nothing, because I had nothing in there. They took nothing. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So the most inconvenient part was that the fact that I had to buy a used lock because whatever.
Yeah.
I had to go through the trouble of replacing the lock. There's nothing. They didn't take the car seat. That's annoying. You're not going to steal someone's kid's bulky car seat.
Yeah.
They didn't even, nothing. Nothing was taken because nothing was in there.
Yeah.
No problems. So just don't leave stuff in your car.
That's what I'm saying. At the end of the day, Jaco, it's a very nice area. Me personally, last time I was out there, I went out of the 4 nights that I was out there, I went out twice, but I went with a lot of people, so I always felt safe. The first night, I was looking out for the people that I was with because I went to visit some friends before, and I walked into this bar. A bunch of beautiful ladies were in there, but I didn't kind of feel comfortable because, me being alone with all these girls and, thinking that at some point one of them were going to come over to talk to me and start engaging a conversation. So I just took off. Again, if you want to be going out there to pick up a girl or whatever, it's your call. I mean, I seen a ton of girls from abroad having fun at clubs.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there's lots of tourists that go out and night too.
And I'm talking about just a group of 4, 5, 6 ladies. No guys.
Yeah.
And they have fun.
Oh, yeah.
They just go back home, nothing happened.
Oh, exactly. Yeah, that does happen a lot. I mean, I see it as that people either love Jaco or they hate it. They love it or they hate it. So that's why I'll tell, if I think that it might be a good fit for someone based on what they're telling me that they're looking for, I just say, you need to come check it out for yourself. Walk the streets, walk around, walk in the daytime, walk a bit in the evening at night. See how you feel about it, because that's what's really going to tell you.
Yeah, at the end of the day, it's all about, what your perspective on what I want or what I see. The other day we were speaking in one of our podcasts. Jaco doesn't have a hospital nearby, so my people say, this is not the place for me. Even though I love the neighborhood, I love the beach, but there's no hospital, and I have conditions, and I need to be near one. But don't be afraid of Jaco. And if you go there to have a wild night, what happens in Jaco will stay in Jaco.
You will stay in Jaco.
That's the closest thing to Las Vegas that I think that Jaco has.
True. Yeah.
That's saying.
Well, hopefully this helps give people some kind of, at least, again, these are always our perspectives on a place or what we're, these are our personal perspectives. My perspective, because I live 10, 15 minutes from the town. I've been out in the day. I've been out at night. Just telling you what I see and what I've experienced personally. But it's best is for you to experience it and see it for yourself. And, your perspective, because you visited, you came just for a sunset. I mean, you come anytime you want. You are close enough.
I love it. Sometimes I'm just feeling like, man, what should I do? Or tired. I just, boom, drive out there, watch the sunset, have a beer, eat something, and get back home.
You got to give me a call when you come in and do that stuff.
Well, we did it the last time for the pictures.
Yeah.
And the meeting when we decided to do this.
True. Yeah.
So
that's right.
We just have to do one that we're sitting with the truck in front of us and with the chairs, and that's it.
There we go.
That's all we need. And at the end of the day here, I mean, you're parenting. You have a daughter. You're raising a kid. If you thought Jaco was dangerous, will you be raising your kid next to Jaco?
No, but I do worry later when she's a teenager. I better not find her out at any of those bars. I'm telling you, because I have some girlfriends. And I'm like, if you see Ksenia later when she's older, we kind of joke around about it. But we're going to have to be pretty strict with her, I think.
That girl is going to be funny when she gets older.
Gosh, help me. She's so outgoing and
The older she gets, the funny she gets.
I know.
All right. Thank you for coming out here. I'll see you next time. And drive safe home back to Jaco.
All right. Thanks
Stop
for
a Jaco.
Jaco. Thanks everybody for watching, for listening to our perspectives. And, we'll see you in the next episode.
All right. Pura vida. Have a great time.
Esto fue una producción de La Resortera.